You know who is not shaken by what's been going on? None other than ARK Invest Cathie Wood. We know that she's been a long-time Tesla bull and hasn't been phased at all since his acquisition of Twitter. According to a transaction report that hit my inbox after the close, she snapped up nearly 75,000 shares valued at around $11.7 million.
In today's video, we will be going over two major catalysts that I did not get to talk about in any of my previous videos, as it will have some massive implications on Tesla going forward into 2023. Not only that, but I will also be sharing some information at some point in the video that will not only shock you, but it will likely change everything you thought you knew about Tesla. Because I'm also going to be sharing with you a secret that Tesla definitely does not want you to know, but you will most certainly start seeing this happening as early as next year. But more on that later. So I am beyond excited to share this information with you guys, and I would really appreciate an early thumbs up as these videos take a really long time to make. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time, let's get started.
It's similar to this, that the same group of people that would be attracted to buying a Tesla, the environmentally conscious, the EV, those people are the same ones that are just mortified by what's happening with Twitter. It's like they're totally conflicted. I even think of Ron Barron. I've even kidded him about it. It's like, oh my God.
I talked to somebody yesterday who was planning to buy a Tesla.
Because of this?
No.
Oh, see, I know people who have texted me. They want to buy a Tesla because of this First Amendment. I know somebody yesterday
who literally said, I was literally planning to buy a Tesla,
and I'm not going to. I think there's people that...
Now let's clear this up right away, because the mainstream media does not get it. Elon's behavior on Twitter is not fundamentally attached to Tesla's performance. Tesla is a long-term play, and it's always been that way. If you're looking at today's prices, it means that you're getting a discount not because of slowing demand, not because of lack of performance, not because they are not executing, but because basically Elon is just being Elon, which, fair or not, it's just how it is. But for those of us who are willing to put in a little bit of effort and listen to what Elon is saying and connecting the dots, the future starts to become crystal clear, and the rewards that we will reap as long-term investors will be ginormous. But now let's get into the good stuff. So as it turns out, Elon just sold more Tesla shares, and this time worth about $3.6 billion, and more than likely this was to fund his Twitter deal. This means that he sold almost 22 million shares of Tesla, sold over the course of last week, which explains the price drop of about 10% during that period. And this is not the first time that Elon has sold shares. In fact, he has sold a total of 4 times ever since taking over Twitter. But Elon ended up saying something that made me very bullish, and that's Tesla shareholders would benefit long term. But how? Well, this is where it actually starts to get interesting, because Elon could be selling his shares to fund Twitter in order to get ready for the Tesla buyback. Let me explain. Elon has always made and will always make us retail investors a priority, as he has said multiple times before. And the fact that he said that this would benefit Tesla shareholders in the long term makes me believe that Elon not only believes in the long-term growth of the company, but he's also given us a chance to buy in lower before Tesla does the stock buyback in 2023. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But think about it. There's nothing wrong with Tesla fundamentally. Tesla stock is only down because of Elon selling and because people think that Twitter is hurting Tesla's brand image and is taking too much time away from Elon. But we have to remember that Tesla has a strong cash balance. They have broken records every quarter, and the only FUD we're hearing is from the media and people that don't know the long-term potential of the company. Now stay with me here, because I will be going over 2 catalysts that I just uncovered that you're going to want to know. Because I believe that 2023 will be one of the best years we will see for Tesla, and we could possibly see the stock hitting all-time highs. Now, I know that this sounds completely crazy, as Tesla stock has been dropping non-stop this year, and many people are still thinking that Tesla stock should be worth $50. But I promise that if you just give me a few minutes of your time, I'll make it worth it. So while Tesla is one of Elon Musk's many world-changing companies, we have to keep in mind that Tesla is still expanding while people are selling the stock. So again, fundamentals are strong. And one of the catalysts that many people are not paying attention to is the upcoming US federal tax credit. You see, as EV sales continue to climb, which will eventually make gasoline cars obsolete, many new people are going to be able to qualify for the new federal tax credit to buy Teslas. So January 1st of next year, both versions of the Tesla Model Y should be eligible for the $7,500 tax credit. and the Model Y is by far the best-selling EV in the US, so that gives Tesla a really big advantage. And this will only increase Tesla's demand in the EV market and increase profits as we head into 2023. And the second catalyst is that we just found out that Tesla has reportedly acquired land in Nuevo Leon, Mexico, and they could possibly be on the verge of announcing a plan to build a gigafactory on it. Now, earlier this year, people crossing the border between Texas and Nuevo Leon were surprised to see not just the usual marked lanes for cars and trucks, but also one marked Tesla. And apparently Tesla has just made a deal with the state of Nuevo Leon to have its own lane at the border crossing in order to reduce wait times for cargo going through the border. And earlier this year, Elon mentioned that he considered multiple sites for a new factory in Canada, the US, and Mexico. Now, even though Tesla has already acquired the land in Santa Catarina for the factory, it is still unknown what type of factory Tesla plans to build in Mexico. But Tesla is obviously known for its gigafactories. And with that in mind, we need to pay attention to Tesla's expansion plans because back in the 2000s, renewable energy like solar, wind, and hydroelectric accounted for just 9% of US electricity generation. And that share rose to 17% in 2019 and is on track to reach 20% within the next few years. Now, this huge growth has been driven by three things: an increase in government support. The US government has handed out tax credits for the deployment of wind and solar energy in order to promote clean energy adoption, just like they're doing with the $7,500 tax credit. Not only that, but there's a huge shift in consumer demand. A new generation of consumers increasingly aware of the impacts of global warming are increasingly considering clean energy sources. Third, we have falling renewable energy costs. Thanks to technological improvements, efficiency enhancements, and economies of scale, the cost to install solar has dropped to more than 70% over the last decade. And none of these things seem to be going in reverse. So by now, it should be clear that Tesla is the future of transportation, for two simple reasons. One, electric vehicles will dominate within the next 2 decades with the help of the Model 3 and the upcoming Model 2. And second is the fact that they are way ahead of everyone else in terms of technology. And still, Tesla will be able to take complete control of the global energy market with solar panels, the Megapack, and the Powerwall solutions over the next decade.
Listen, with respect to them being a technology company, we've said many times that is a big misconception. If you look at the technology aspect, you have many competing cars with similar or better real-world range, better interiors, faster charging, and better quality. Consumer Reports ranks them second to last in quality, and British consumer outfit What Question Marks ranks them among the least reliable cars in history. So I don't think this is a Twitter thing. I think it's a fundamental thing. 95% of their revenues from selling cars, 5% from an energy division that loses money. This is a car company, and their growth is slowing significantly. That's why we think the shares are coming under pressure, and that's why we think by the end of next year, the stock will hit our price target of $23 per share.
And everyone thinks of Tesla as an auto company. It is, but it can be more described as a technology company. Therefore, we should call it how it is. Now, not only that, but the shift to green energy has increased and it will become a norm across the US over the next few years. Consumers will increasingly demand clean energy sources as they look to combat climate change. And continued technological improvement coupled with increased scale will drive renewable energy to much lower costs. And here's how we look at the bigger picture. Let's say that by the year 2035, we're going to be living in a dramatically changed world for the better. And we'll be living in a world powered by solar and wind. And in order to get there, annual solar energy investments need to grow by 68% to $200 billion per year. But the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow, so critical to massive deployment of solar and wind power over the next 2 decades will increase the mass deployment of advanced battery storage technology to store excess solar and wind power. So between solar energy production and battery storage, Tesla's addressable market for its energy business can reach $750 billion. So the company should be able to capture a significant share of that, which could then send the stock not to the moon, but to Mars.
Stop. Go Falcon, go Dragon, Godspeed, Axiom 1.
So I don't believe that we should be worried or concerned whenever the stock price drops, and we should instead focus on the bigger picture. And you guys already know that I not only make these videos because I love making them, but I do enjoy giving out my thoughts and my perspective on how I believe Tesla will turn out. You see, investing in a company like Tesla to me means investing in positive change, and I would want my kids to live in a world where there is positive change and aims to strive for a better future. So don't ever think that I'm pumping and dumping the stock, as I have a very strong conviction on Tesla. So with that being said, answer me this. Have you been buying the Tesla dip? Do you think Tesla will go lower? Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more content. Until next time.